Ladies and gentlemen, let me entertain you the notion of a possible future that has actually been told in a video game. The game is actually available on the PlayStation 4 and I believe the PC as well. It's called Soma. The protagonist is a man who is dying from a terminal disease, and for the potential future of mankind, he volunteers to upload his consciousness and brain into I guess it would be some kind of storage, or it would be like a cloud service or what. And as soon as that happens in the game, he wakes up in this dark and completely terrifying world that is post-apocalyptic and well beyond where he was when he was alive. Now, the reason why I mention this is because this story is already turning into a reality. A company, I believe that is called Netcome, is trying to make essentially a way for you to upload your brain and consciousness into a digital cloud that basically immortalizes you in the digital world. So basically your mind would be transferred into a computer. You would be in a, I guess, online utopia, or you could be uploaded into possibly some device. Now there is a catch. In order for you to do this, you have to die. So the only takers right now that they can actually do this are people that are basically going to die within 6 months anyway. So again, terminal people. The transfer that they have to do actually, I guess, I think it embalms your brain, but it is fatal because they need to preserve your brain in order to digitally upload it. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this whole story is because Mundane Matt posted a video about this because apparently one of the people that has placed the $10,000 deposit, which in order to be on this list, you have to deposit $10,000, which you can get back if you change your mind, to be placed on a wait list that if, in the event that you're going to die, they can do this, I guess. But one of the people that has placed this deposit is a fucking billionaire. I think his name is Sam Altman. And he's like, hey, my mind will be in the digital world. But let me ask you a question. Mundane Matt, have you even fucking played Soma and kind of put two and two together and, I don't know, realized how fucking scary this scenario is? Mind the fact that, you're definitely going to die, okay? That's pretty much, that's over and done with right there. Say, okay, you did it, you're dead. You wake up and, you're essentially a perfect digital copy of yourself. What's there to say that they can't make further copies of you after that, and then you have multiple copies of yourself, that you can transfer from, multiple devices, multiple robots. Are you even human at that point? I mean, you would say probably no, but I mean, you have a consciousness, and the thing I'm really surprised is that you didn't even consider this. I mean, I'm assuming you probably haven't played it. The first thing I thought that came to my mind when you were talking about this whole scenario is, oh shit, Soma is now a reality at this point. in that game, you know, spoiler alert, by the way, but in that game, you're transported into the future, and then you realize partway through that your consciousness is in a robot, pretty much, and you're not even you anymore. And you have to deal with that moral dilemma that, you know, you're you, but you're not you. And partly in the game, you have to transport your consciousness into another robot that can actually withstand the pressure of getting farther deeper into the ocean. And basically what happens is you make a copy of yourself, and you basically walk up to the original self that you were, who ends up falling asleep. And you are given the option of, do I let this individual that was me wake up later, or do I just pull the plug and kill myself? I'm not saying that if this potential future happens that you would be faced with this dilemma, but think about all the options that could happen. I mean, would you be willing to have a conversation with yourself? Because once you go digital, I mean, can you have copies of yourself? I mean, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I hear this story and I think this is kind of terrifying that we've come to this point. Now, I don't know if it's borne any fruit yet. I don't think they've actually killed anybody, because they can only do it in a couple areas, and it's basically considered assisted suicide, which is why it has to be, you know, terminally ill people that have no chance anyway. But then again, if you say you have fucking cancer, you know, and it's in your brain, wouldn't that make you compromised? I mean, does that mean your consciousness then has digital cancer? I mean, it might sound stupid to ask that question, but they're talking about fully uploading your brain and everything on it. You know, are you going to experience digital pain? What happens if, you know, you can't upload yourself? What if you all of a sudden get killed? What if you die of natural causes and there's no set date that, oh, well, I'm probably going to die in 6 months, but we can't prove that, you know? How would that work? You know, what if you say you miss your opportunity because you didn't know you were going to die? You know, how are they going to refund you if you're already dead? I really am extremely curious on where this is going to end up in the next 10, 20 years. If it's going to end up anywhere. Because you have to... I think technology like this is such a huge gamble. They're sure they can do it, but really, are they? Are they going to do it to themselves if they have an idea that they're going to die soon? I'd like to find out the first person that actually has this happen and what happens to them. You know, are they going to be sentient when that happens? Is it going to be just memories? Are they going to think that they're still alive? There's a movie that, was it Transcendence, that was like that too, with Johnny Depp. But this is the thing that makes me laugh. I'm subscribed to the guy, right? And he mentioned so little, and I wish that he would kind of think of more of the possible scenarios with this, because this is such a huge, in my opinion, this is such a huge thing. And I can see why people make fun of him, because he's like, I am mundane Matt, and here's what's going on. What do you guys think? Well, this is what I think. But I mean, I guess I have to thank him for bringing it to my attention. But I doubt he's gonna watch it, so fuck it, whatever. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I am really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the near future about this whole ordeal. And that's really all I got to say about that. And I'm heading home. So see you guys later.